Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? It's Wednesday. It's got to be 12 o'clock, right, Donna?
It is. And what do we do at Wednesday, 12
Hmm.
o'clock?
Oh, you know what? There is a big show happening this Friday, isn't there?
There is. And we are looking forward to it. We're looking forward to being back on track. And, with Confederate Railroad
Yeah.
on track, that sounds good to me.
Those guys are. I used to play country music back in my older days, right? At other places. And, those guys were. I was pretty excited when I heard about these guys were coming to town because they were one of those. They're a band from Georgia, and Atlanta Rhythm Sections from Georgia, the Allman Brothers, all these guys are all this Southern rock country style Waylon Jennings thing going on, right? And
Right.
so they're going to be in our little neck of the woods Friday night. So Music on Main. So let's talk about Music on Main. This is pretty exciting stuff.
Yes, we are ready to go. We know that the governor has come out since we last talked and
Yep.
said everybody gets to wear a mask. So we ask that people bring their mask and have them on. If when they get sit down, they're in their group and they're social distance, like
Hmm.
we hope so, then it's okay to pull it down and not have it on, because I can't even imagine in the heat what that would do. So but we do ask that people wear their mask and plan on social distancing. We've got grids marked off on the grounds now at Forest Park, and it should be, as we've had all summer long, just a really, really enjoyable evening. It's nice to get to do something that we enjoy doing and also that feels normal. And so people are spreading out, and it's really just a great time.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you can get out there and have a great time, social distance, stay, was it 6 feet, stay 6 feet apart. It's a nice open area there at Forest Park. And the band will be out there. Before you know it, we're all social distancing and having a good time. We're enjoying the food there in Denison prior to the show and doing our stuff.
Yeah,
And it's just like, as long as we behave, we mind our P's and Q's, right? I
exactly.
remember as a kid, my mom used to go, mind your P's and Q's. And this is all we got to do is mind our P's and Q's. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we don't want Donna to come in and hit our hands with a ruler or something.
You don't want to be like, I'm putting you on report.
You're going to the principal's office.
No, but this Music on Main, what are we, week 5? I think we are, right? Yeah,
Yes,
I think so.
it's just all so jumbled up. We had last week on Thursday evening, the band, well, the governor said that everybody's got to wear a mask, and it really kind of spooked the band, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah,
And so they said, we're just going to be safe. We want our fans to be safe. And so they canceled, and so that's behind us. We're disappointed, but that's behind us. But this week we hit it on Monday, and we've called the band. They are coming. There's
hmm,
no issues. Um, Something could still go wrong. We know that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but as far as we're planning now, we've got everything worked out, and we'll be safe. They'll be safe, and we'll all have a great time.
Yeah. And if anybody has any questions or comments on the big show Friday night, feel free to let us know right now. We are live streaming on Facebook and social media platforms, and we'd love to hear from you. And so, Donna, this Friday night, Confederate Railroad, they've got a great following. These guys are huge. I mean, huge.
They are. I got a call just yesterday, somebody from New Orleans, and they are booking their flight. They're coming up here. They were just verifying that the band would be here. That's how big that they are. I said, okay, look, you got to follow the rules, bring your mask, and you can have a good time right along with us. And
Yeah.
so we expect to have a good crowd. But the fortunate part of it is, in Forest Park, which we've moved there
Mhm.
this summer. There's 6 acres. There is plenty of room for us all to spread out, and it's just perfect. It's under the trees, especially if you get there early, get your blanket or lawn chair put out. It's just a good time.
Yeah. So let's talk about the new music on main location Forest Park. It's working out, right? It's great, correct?
Yeah, I like it because it's easier for setup. I'm not sure exactly all why, but it's easier and it's just under the shade tree. And so for us setting up for the artist, it's just a nice location and the people that are attending really seem to like it also.
Yeah, that's good, which is very important. It's all about the people.
Yeah, for sure. Not about
So,
me.
okay, so the show starts at 7:30, the concert, correct?
Right.
And then tell us all. Let's talk about Music Alley Happy Hour. What is that exactly? Because that sounds pretty exciting stuff to me.
Well, you know Jason Fuzzy Smith, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that tells you how crazy this happy hour is.
Okay.
We just have a conversation and try to inform our guests. So we'll have a conversation on the food that's going to be available that week.
Hmm.
We'll talk about some of the businesses downtown. We talk to the artists, and so every week we've had the artists. We do it in the gazebo, and so
Okay.
we have the artists come up. We also have something that's really neat is the openers. And so we've got some really young talent that's opening for these artists, and someday they're going to be in the other position, and we're going to say, "Hey, we saw him back at Music on Main when," and
Yep.
so it's really interesting to listen to those guys and gals, and kind of what they're going through and some of the things they're doing. And so we've done the interviews. We've even you ought to come out. We'll interview you sometimes on the air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but what's really cool about that is that you guys like pull back the curtain on these bands. You get like behind the scenes. You like, so that's really neat. And that's what I like about it. Not just playing, not just listening to the hits being played, but you get to actually hear what Danny and all those guys are talking about, where they're coming from,
Right.
how it all began. That's what I love.
And it's not like you're rushed to get it in a
Yeah.
certain time frame. You don't have to get it in 2.5 minutes or anything like that. So you can play the next song or run the next commercial. It's just kind of, we just have a comfortable conversation and work really hard not to let it drag on. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting listening to those guys.
Well, when you have people come from like New Orleans and far away to come follow you, that's hey, just making sure you're going to be playing. You're going to be there because I'm coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of cool when you hear those stories. And, the first week we had people, two different groups from Phoenix, which I thought was kind of interesting, and then um, Arkansas, Missouri, we have a lot of visitors. And I'm assuming for the most part, they come to visit the area, but enjoy our music. And we really like to show our music off because and just the great time that our people have on
Yeah.
Friday nights because it's the best of Denison.
Well, I tell you what, Melanie loves Confederate Railroad. She can't wait. So, boys, you better be there.
Yeah, she will. She
Yeah,
will.
dude.
It's it we look forward to it every week and it's something that we're fortunate our mayor and city manager have great faith that we can all, take care of each other and be
Right.
respectful, and so that we can social distance, wear our mask, and so they're looking forward to that too, and allowing us to continue.
Okay. Very nice. Hey, so one of my favorite subjects has always been food. I mean, if you just look at him, you go, that guy likes to eat. So let's talk about all these different. There's vendors out there. There's food options. Can we chat about that?
Oh, absolutely. I like that too. Um, we have so many different restaurants in our downtown, and we've been working really hard to put on our social media channels what's open and what they have and how late they're open. Like the food truck park is open till about 8 o'clock, so we can
Okay.
get music on Main started. We have the popcorn vendor, we have Homestead Winery, and we have Fertitas. that's out at Music on Main. And Fertitas makes some awesome, healthy fruit snacks, smoothies, and things like that. So it's a variety, and they also have some snack items. Um, we also at Music Alley Happy Hour will tell people where they can go for those snacks, or
Very
you can
nice.
you can bring it to Music on Main.
Yeah, because it's very important. You might as well just go there, get there a little early, right?
Right.
And beat the rush. Because I have a feeling you guys are gonna be a little busy Friday night. I'm telling you, these guys. I don't know if you know this, Donna, but these guys have won like ACM awards, and they've got like six top 20 hits. So these guys have been around the block a little bit, and no matter whatever else they got going on.
They are a big deal, and we're just very fortunate to have them, and that's why we're looking forward to it so much.
Yeah.
One of our bigger artists, and it's really an honor for them to come here.
Yeah, I love that. In fact, like I said, so get there, I say a little early, stop and, visit the vendors, get you some food, shop. I actually have dinner at some of these restaurants around town, right? Get
That's
full.
right.
And then get on over there, and the happy hour, the alley happy hour, that's my favorite, I think, is because it's a behind the scenes thing. You get to kind of know these guys a little bit, know something about them that you didn't know about them. And I like that.
Yeah, it's real.
Huh?
It's real.
Oh, it is totally real. It's totally real. And, it's just some good stuff right there. And in fact, just people just making comments left and right. And, my good friend Mel just chimed in a couple seconds ago. So that's pretty cool. Hi, Mel. How are you doing? So, yeah, Donna, so this is going to be pretty good stuff. So, yeah, Confederate Railroad going to be in town this Friday night. And, of course, it's live streaming too, correct?
Yes, we have been doing that because we don't want somebody to risk their health for coming out, and we want them to be able to enjoy it. So as you can tell, I'm not quite technologically there yet.
Me neither.
For instance, I had my iPad charged. Well, this morning I used it and it drew it down, and so I got this 10% little deal, and I thought, okay, I probably don't want to leave him high and dry. So I had to move it over. So I plugged it in. That's kind of like our live broadcasts are. You never know what you're going to get. But I can tell you that we try really, really hard to give you a good product and try to make sure that you can see up close and personal the music that we're watching on the stage.
And of course, DenisonLive.com, that's the website. You can check that out too as well. So gosh, I mean, and of course, let's talk about the sponsors.
Okay, we have First United Bank, who's always an awesome sponsor of Music on Main from when it started. And then we have the Denison Arts Council. They are tremendous supporters of us and partners, actually. And then we have Overdrive Entertainment, Hilton Garden Inn, Texoma Event Center, and they have been taking care of us, for several years now. And I guess since they opened, really, they've been doing a great job. And we have some other sponsors that are joining us. Of course, all our media sponsors. We have Channel 10, Channel 12, all the Alpha Media stations, which includes K-Late, Mad Rock, and Katy Country. So we've got tremendous support.
Okay, very nice. Well, Confederate Railroad cannot join us right now because I think they're on the road. They may be what do you call it, rehearsing. But later on this afternoon, I'm going to be talking to Danny from Confederate Railroad. And I'll be talking to him later on the air this afternoon, so I'll kind of keep the listeners posted on that. So we'll see what's going on with those guys, and maybe they've got a few surprises for us Friday night that we don't know about. If they'll even tell me, they may not even tell me. It won't be a surprise then, will it?
Well, it's a secret, but you can.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, so DenisonLive.com. You can learn all about the 2020 Music on Main free summer concert series. And of course, Forest Park is where all the fun happens. So come on out, support the city of Denison, have some fun. Confederate Railroad, that's like I said, that's not like some little band just sliding through town. These guys, in fact, it's actually really quite an honor that they're here in North Texas.
Absolutely. And, you know, if you want the best of both worlds, come out and you can listen to Music Alley Happy Hour, get your place and, you know, seated. And then we're going to have the Dukes of Twang.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's Charlie Scher and some friends that are putting together that. And then we had Kira Courtwright, who was going to play the fiddle the week it rained.
Yep.
And so we went ahead with the show, but she didn't get to do her part of it. And so we're really excited that she's going to be back. And she was interviewing about when it started pouring down rain. So we can get her on again. And she's really, she's a young lady. I'm thinking 12, 13 maybe. So she's very talented. And so it should be good before Confederate Railroad, and then of course they'll end the night, and we know that that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so the opening acts will be 7:30, and then Confederate Railroad will be coming on after those guys get through. Guys clearing the stage, making sure everything's nice and ready to go for the next band. And so Friday night's going to be, the weather's going to be good too.
Yes, no rain.
Drink lots of water though. It's going to be a little warm out there.
Absolutely.
And what I love about this, Donna, before I let you go, again, one more time, I love that the live streaming thing, just in case you can't make it out there, you can still see a band like this. You can still be part of it, you know, still support, you know, Denison in a way, you know.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's really what we're going for, is to be able to share it with more people. And in years past, we live streamed a couple last year, and I really was torn on if we should do that or not, because we want them to come out in person. But this year, everything's different. We would love for people to come out, but if they can't, then they can still enjoy the music. We also have some drive-up spots over on Fannin on the west side of the park. And so there are places where they can drive up and put their lawn chair out in front of their, you know, their car and just enjoy it that way. They can't see as well, but, you know, they could always watch on.
Hey, that's social distancing right there.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. And
600 feet apart. No, but I mean, but speaking before I let you go one more time, you know, the parking's never a problem there because people can just park all over the area, right? And get out and
kind of everybody in this area knows what it's like for
a
football game. You just grab a spot, walk to it. It's an easy walk. And so it's also easy if you want to stop by and get something to eat. And we really ask that everybody support our local restaurants and, you know, check that out. We will put that on Facebook Live so they can see what their options are.
Well, very nice. Again, this is going to be a big show Friday night. Confederate Railroad coming to town. Not not like some little dinky band. This is a big time country act, Southern rock too. So, and I know those Mad Rock listeners, Katie listeners, and K Lakers. They like their Southern country rock. I know that for a fact.
Yes.
So it's going to be fun, and it's going to be this Friday night. Music on Main, Forest Park, and DenisonLive.com. Don, anything else?
Can't think of anything. I think we covered it. You know, just everybody come on out and have a good time with us.
Social distance.
Safe. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll talk again, I guess, next Wednesday, 12 o'clock, right?
Right.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.